Hey everyone, welcome to the Deep Dive.
Great to be here.
Today we're going to be pulling back the curtain on a really remarkable journey. Someone who started, just washing dishes, small town kitchen in South Carolina,
Yeah.
and somehow went on to build a $15 million culinary empire.
It's quite the transformation, isn't it? And really at the heart of it all is this concept he calls the knife edge mindset.
Oh, okay.
And it's not just about cooking,
Yeah.
It's deeper. It's this philosophy rooted in just relentless resolve.
Relentless resolve. How so?
Well, it's about taking every single setback, every knock, and basically turning it into sharpening steel.
Yeah.
Every play he served became like an asset.
Okay, that's fascinating. So for everyone listening, what's our mission here? What are we trying to get at with this deep dive? How does understanding this mindset help?
Well, our goal today is really to dissect the minds, the habits, the sometimes unexpected decisions behind building extraordinary wealth, specifically through Tyler Florence's, unique lens. Think of it as kind of like a shortcut to understanding this really distinct, very resilient path to achieving big things. We're going to see how he built not just, a career, but something lasting, a legacy.
All right, let's get into it then. So the story doesn't kick off in some fancy Michelin-starred place.
Not at all.
No. We need a picture, like a steamy, clattering kitchen, Greenville, South Carolina, and there's a 13-year-old Tyler Florence.
Yeah.
Not dreaming of fame, but literally with dishwater up to his elbows, washing dishes at the fish market. Minimum wage.
Totally unglamorous, but, it turned out to be completely foundational for him.
And there was this one moment, wasn't there, in that dish pit?
Yeah, exactly. It's pretty striking how this, one quiet moment ended up shaping his whole life's philosophy. One night, a chef just hands Tyler a knife and says something like, "This blade will take you further than any diploma if you know how to keep it sharp." And that single sentence, it wasn't just advice, it became this lifelong metaphor for him. It's why he calls his whole approach the knife edge mindset.
That's a powerful image. So when we talk about this knife edge mindset, what are we really breaking down? What are the core principles he lived by, even way back then? Sounds like it's more than just, keeping a kitchen knife sharp.
Oh, absolutely. It's much broader. When we dig into the knife edge mindset, we're looking at, I'd say, three core things. First, this kind of uncompromising precision, whether it's a recipe or later a business deal.
Okay.
Second, constant adaptation and learning, like never letting your skills or your knowledge get dull.
Right. Keep sharpening.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And third, this sort of ironclad resilience, seeing every challenge, every setback really, as a chance to get sharper, not as a reason to pack it in.
So while other chefs were maybe chasing stars or trends?
Yeah, exactly. While they were chasing Michelin stars or, the next big creative fad, Tyler was obsessing over consistency, profit margins, robust business models, and long-term value.
So money wasn't just the end goal then, it was more like feedback.
Precisely. That's a great way to put it. For Tyler, money was never just about getting rich. He had this unique view of financial metrics as a diagnostic tool.
Interesting.
He really believed, and he said something like, the duller your discipline, the more fragile your fortune. So if a venture wasn't making money, it wasn't just a business failure. It was a sign his edge, his focus, his system, maybe his precision had dulled somewhere.
Okay.
And that let him quickly figure out, okay, where do I need to sharpen things up?
And you see this early on, right? Like in New York.
Oh, yeah. Even in his early 20s in New York City, he shows up with basically nothing but his knives. And he meticulously tracked everything, every dollar spent, every missed opportunity, every single contact he made.
Wow.
He wasn't just there to cook meals. His intention was clear. He wanted to build machines, systems, not just recipes.
That's incredible foresight. And discipline, really, for someone so young, it kind of brings that quote to mind, a dull knife is dangerous, it slips, it cuts the wrong thing. Yeah. That's how most people manage their money, without clarity, without precision. It sounds like he really saw financial power coming from that disciplined, precise approach, not just getting lucky.
Absolutely. He was convinced of it. And this knife edge mindset, it isn't flashy. It's not about drawing attention. It's quiet. It's repetitive. It's deliberate. But applying that consistent discipline over the long haul, that's what turned the dishwasher into a millionaire and turned his kitchen skills into a whole empire. It's all that unseen work, that's what really pays off.
Okay, so that discipline was the foundation, but how did he actually translate that into building, a tangible empire, not just having a good career as a chef?
Well, he started by using something maybe a little surprising as leverage. television.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Back in the late 1990s, he took a leap with this pretty modest Food Network show. It was called How to Boil Water.
Sounds basic.
It does, right. But here's the thing. He used his charm, which interestingly was really rooted in that same precision we talked about, to make even boiling water seem magnetic. And people noticed. Audiences, producers, they absolutely took notice.
And he didn't just stay on TV for the fame, did he? He used it strategically.
Exactly. That's the key. He saw that television exposure as leverage. Every season of shows like Tyler's Ultimate, it helped him build something way more permanent.
Yeah.
Trust.
Trust.
And that trust, he directly converted it into cookbook deals, major cookware partnerships, specifically that big one with Macy's, and then eventually his first really major real estate move, his flagship restaurant, Wayfare Tavern, opened in San Francisco, 2010.
Okay, Wayfare Tavern. And he picked San Francisco. Not exactly the easiest city to open a restaurant, especially your first big one. Why there? What was the thinking?
Well, that's the fascinating part. He chose it because it was expensive, competitive, often unforgiving.
Really?
Yeah. As he saw it, San Francisco was a place where only systems survived. And systems. That's exactly what Tyler brought. Not just good food, but robust systems.
So Wayfare wasn't just about serving great food then?
No, the real insight from Wayfare Tavern is that Tyler wasn't just building a successful restaurant. He was building a scalable template. He meticulously codified everything, every process, customer interactions, operational efficiencies.
Yeah.
He turned this high-end restaurant into like a living blueprint for his whole empire.
A blueprint? Like a factory for success, but disguised as a restaurant?
That's a perfect way to describe it.
Yeah.
Profits were systematically reinvested. His team there became more like a think tank.
So it really was a laboratory. And from that base, he started building out this incredible portfolio.
He did. He architected it. His wine label, blending sessions, baby food products, another cookware line, this time through HSN, a podcast, even a docuseries about the Napa wildfire crisis, an app.
Wow.
It wasn't random. You'd see the structure. It was intentional portfolio architecture.
It almost sounds like he applied what you called menu logic to his businesses. What exactly does he mean by that?
Yeah, the menu logic. He literally treated his ventures like dishes on a restaurant menu. Well, think about a good menu, right? It balances popular high-margin staples, the things that reliably bring in money, with maybe more innovative, eye-catching star dishes.
Okay.
He did the same with his businesses. He made sure his core businesses, the staples, consistently paid the bills, and that freed him up to experiment with more ambitious, potentially higher impact projects, the star dishes.
That makes sense.
He famously said, in food, the flavor gets the applause, but the prep makes the money. It's that kind of cold eye for repeatability, and all that meticulous, unseen work behind the scenes. That's what allowed him to build this whole multi-channel business empire.
That's a brilliant way to frame it. It really seems like behind all the cameras, the busy restaurants, the big deals, Tyler Florence is like fundamentally a man of ritual.
He really is. I mean, imagine a life running at 300 miles per hour, filming, food festivals, board meetings, menu tastings. For him, these rituals aren't luxuries. He calls them lifelines, absolute lifelines.
And that personal one really stands out, the one about flying home.
Oh, yeah. Never ending a work trip without flying home to kiss his wife and cook for his kids, even if it means catching a red-eye flight across the country.
That's commitment.
He says, my family resets me. Cooking for them is how I come back to earth. It's these small, repetitive things, these anchors, but they strategically protect his inner life, keep him from burning out.
And he integrates work and family, too, doesn't he?
Yeah, it's fascinating how intentional he is about that. Like, he used to bring his son Hayden along on food tours when he was younger.
Right.
Let him taste regional dishes, meet chefs backstage. It wasn't about showing off. It was about creating memories, legacy, a different kind of education, the kind you don't get in school.
You see that same discipline in his mornings, too.
Absolutely. Always the first one up. Preps the coffee, reviews his notes, just slips into silence before the house wakes. He treats it like a pre-shift briefing. Quiet, sharp, totally necessary for him.
And his health habits reflect that kitchen logic as well.
Completely. Stretching like he expects to be on his feet for 10 hours. Hydrating like he's working the hotline. Really respecting his body as a tool that needs maintenance, needs to be kept sharp.
Okay, so then there's this move. At the peak of his TV fame in New York, he moves west.
Yeah, really unconventional, right? He moved, but not for another show or a bigger kitchen. He moved for stillness.
Stillness.
He chose Mill Valley, California, a quiet town, far from the Manhattan buzz.
Yeah.
To people on the outside, it probably looked like he was retreating. But for Tyler, it was about architecture. He described NYC life as cooking at high flame all the time.
That's vivid.
Yeah. And he realized, even the best sauces burn if you leave them on high heat too long. So he stepped back, not really to slow down, but to deepen.
Deepen.
He wanted to design his days the same way he designed his plates, intentionally, layer by layer. He has this core belief. If you don't design your environment, it will design you.
And that move, it changed his leadership style, too.
Profoundly, yeah. He started investing more in his teams, not just focusing on tasks. Became more of a mentor, less, Gordon Ramsay in intensity,
right.
And more like a Southern gentleman.
Yeah.
Still firm, but always human. He slowed his own tempo, trusted the process more, and really taught those around him to do the same. His philosophy kind of shifted towards build systems that hold even when you fall.
It seems like his biggest impact, his strongest influence, often happens quietly, off camera.
That's definitely clear. It's in the mentorship between classes, behind the scenes in kitchens.
And this is really compelling. In 2021, Johnson & Wales University, where he went to culinary school.
His alma mater, yeah.
They named him Entrepreneur in Residence. And he didn't just take the title, right? He actually used it.
He really did. He used it to try and reshape how future chefs think about their careers. He wasn't just teaching cooking techniques. He was teaching business, how to read P&L's profit and loss statements, how to pitch products, how to turn a single recipe into recurring revenue. He has this incredibly powerful quote about it. Your food isn't your career. Your thinking is.
Your thinking is. That's huge.
Yeah. And beyond the university work, he also quietly advises some emerging brands, food tech, sustainable packaging, even AI in nutrition.
And he's not doing it for the publicity.
Doesn't seem like it.
Yeah.
He seems to understand that the next wave of influence isn't about who shouts the loudest online. It's about who actually understands systems and can help others build them too.
And his social media kind of reflects that quiet influence, doesn't it?
Perfectly, yeah.
Yeah.
It's not explosive. He's not chasing viral trends. It's curated. It feels honest, human. He shares pictures of family meals, walks in the vineyard, new dishes he's working on.
He's building trust.
Exactly. Cultivating trust. And that trust gives him real influence, way beyond just screen time. When he recommends a kitchen tool, apparently it sells out. If he backs a wine, it starts trending.
But resilience. That's maybe the most telling part, especially with that Miller and Lux situation in 2023.
Oh, yeah. That was a brutal call he had to make, shutting down his really ambitious fine dining concept, Miller and Lux Union Square. The post-pandemic challenges in San Francisco were just too much for it.
And the loss was huge, wasn't it?
Nearly $7 million. Just gone.
Wow, $7 million. That's a massive hit. You'd think maybe he'd consider pulling back from San Francisco after that.
Right. Anyone would understand if he did. But instead, he reinvested.
He doubled down.
Doubled down. In 2024, he rebuilt his flagship, Wayfare Tavern, completely rebuilt it from the ground up. New interior, new menu, a whole new vision. It felt rooted, not reactive.
Because like he says, legacy isn't built in comfort.
It's forged in chaos. That's his view. He sees failure almost like friction, something that actually sharpens you.
So why take those kinds of risks, especially after such a big loss? That raises a question, doesn't it?
It does. And he addressed it. He once said something like, if you're not losing something big every few years, you're not risking enough to grow.
Okay, so it's not recklessness.
No, it feels like strategic renewal. Calculated risk. It shows he's playing the long game, aiming for permanence, not just immediate applause. Wealth that really lasts, that endures. It's resilient, it's been tested, probably burned, maybe broken, and then rebuilt.
So if we kind of pull this all together, Tyler Florence's story, it's not just about food or fame or money, is it?
Not at its core. It's really about a philosophy. One forged in steel, you could say. Yeah. A life sharpened by pressure, by discipline, and by this really deep personal vision.
He didn't need to shout or go viral.
No, he built value quietly. Like a chef behind the pass, focused, precise, kind of invisible to all the noise outside the kitchen. Yeah. He didn't make wealth his main target. He made mastery his ritual. And the wealth, well, it just followed.
So the core takeaway here really is the enduring power of that knife edge mindset. Always sharpening, always adapting, consistently showing up, whether that's on the cooking line in a boardroom or, at home with his family.
Yeah. He chose to stay and rebuild in San Francisco when others were leaving. He accepted that huge financial loss when his ego probably screamed at him not to. He rebuilt Wayfare, not for the headlines, but for meaning, for his roots, for that long game.
The real secret, then, behind that kind of enduring fortune, it isn't how loudly you launch something.
No. It's how quietly, how effectively you recover and rebuild.
So the next time you feel like you're behind, maybe buried in work or stuck in the back kitchen of your own life.
Yeah. Remember Tyler Florence's journey? He became a millionaire by never letting his hands forget how to work hard and never letting his mind forget why he was working.
It definitely makes you think, doesn't it? How could you apply this kind of mindset in your own life? What's your version of the dish pit?
And what blade are you willing to keep honing, keep sharpening, till the world finally feels it cut through?